President Trump had abruptly announced on Tuesday that he was firing his national security advisor, John Bolton. Now, that had many on the internet celebrating, myself included. Uh, now, Trump fired Bolton via tweet. This is a tweet. I informed John Bolton last night that his services are no longer needed at the White House. I disagreed strongly with many of his suggestions, as did others in the administration, and therefore I asked John for his resignation, which was given to me this morning. I thank John very much for his service. I love that. I disagreed strongly. A little bit of a nice dig there. After telling him, oh, we don't need you anymore. So now that's the administration's take. Bolton's take, a little bit different. He says, no, 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 you got it wrong. I resign. Who do you believe? The serial liar, the serial warhawk, who just got embarrassingly fired? If that's true. Now, the reason, of course, and there are several, but basically Bolton pushed Donald Trump to do endless war against countries like Iran, Venezuela, North Korea, etc. Not only that, but they didn't get along because he contradicted Donald Trump's instincts on not getting into unwinnable conflicts. Now, Donald Trump would absolutely get into a winnable conflict, no problem, right? If somebody said, hey, look, that country, easy target. Again, Venezuela is a great example. They told him, hey, Venezuela, they got plenty of oil and they're easy. Why don't we do some regime change? Oh, Mr. Trump says, well, he says, yes, okay, let's do it. And then when it didn't turn out, he said, boo, your fault, John Bolton, never my fault. So let's be clear on that, right? But generally, in ridiculous, endless war in the Middle East, President Trump's opposed because it's embarrassing. He likes to win. He likes to win. Now, the internet decided they were going to weigh in on this, on Bolton's bad day. And these are fun. Jared Yates Sexton, we'll start with that. It says, rough day for John Bolton. He was so close to starting World War III, and he just couldn't get there. Hope he finds solace in the private sector, where neocons and Fox News will pay him exorbitantly to spout his incoherent, jingoistic nonsense. Oh, either he's getting a Fox News spot, or what could be likely an MSNBC spot. Contributorship, right, at MSNBC. Watch. One of those two things will happen. Matt Stoller said, today's unsolvable dilemma is disliking Trump, but liking anyone who humiliates John Bolton. Matthew Iglesias of Vox, he said, looking forward to John Bolton becoming a regular on Morning Joe roundtables. This is 100% going to happen. Guaranteed. He's going to come up on Fox News, or I'm sorry, on MSNBC, on Morning Joe. You know, Morning Joe establishment, Morning Joe right wing on the so-called leftist station or lefty station, MSNBC liberal. Sorry, I'm abusing the term lefty and leftist. I know that's criminal misconduct right there. The so-called liberal MSNBC, he will show up on the 3-hour Morning Joe panel to say, oh my God, I can't believe Donald Trump wouldn't let me invade Iran. I mean, how dare he? Look at how dangerous Iran is. It's filled with Muslims that hate us. And Morning Joe will nod his head and say, yes, they hate us because they hate us. They hate us because they hate us. You know, I wonder how long until the members of the establishment will try to make Bolton into a resistance hero for either quitting, if that's true, or being fired by Donald Trump. Either or, they would be like, Bolton, welcome aboard the resistance. Hashtag resist Trump. After working for him. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Downtown Josh Brown said this, incompetent John Bolton, who refused to start any good wars, has been fired today, and it's bad for our country. I love the Trumpian take on that. That's really good. Jug of Socialism has a interesting theory about maybe why Bolton was possibly canned. He said Bolton saw the P tape. Look, I don't know if that exists. Nonetheless, kind of hilarious. Andy Slavitt says, advanced message to John Bolton. Literally, no one wants to read your book. And finally, Ben Dreyfus says, John Bolton is leaving the White House to spend more time encouraging his children to start fights at school. Because, of course. Look, so again, this is good. Not having him in this administration. Mike Pompeo better be next. Look, I know some of you might be saying, look, hold up on this, right? What if he puts somebody worse in? Because there's always the rule of Trump is that there's always someone worse, because there is no bottom to that barrel. I don't know, honestly. Again, I've never been surprised at how low they can go under that barrel with their picks. So I don't know, but right now, just let me have a victory, man. Yes, I'm cautiously optimistic, at least for now, that we're not getting stuck into 12 wars. That's great, and that look, it matters. It matters who President Trump appoints next, if he appoints anyone, which again is a scary thought, to have Trump kind of running this train by himself, because we've seen what happens when Trump runs things by himself. It usually ends in 6 bankruptcies. So we'll have to see what happens.